And it's for you to cultivate that talent, because it's source, like God or whatever, form you believe in. It's that life force within you's desire to express in that way through you. And that's why it keeps nagging you, because it's in you to do it. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Sharon Let's Live with Marlene Dillon Empowerment Specialist. So it goes, all people make this life go round. Did you know? Do you know? Maybe something else. Like we're all people. That is what I found. That is what I found. Did you know? Some people, something. How do you make this life go round? Oh, make this life go round. My voice is out of practice of singing, like sustained notes. But I'm going to practice. Okay. Yeah. September 9th, 2023. So what I plan to do with the song is to turn it into a song that speaks really to the concept of Sharon Let's Live, that we're all here for each other. And, that we're all here for each other. And that as we share our gifts and show up for each other, share our stories, share our gifts, connect, stop being at war with each other over silly shit like color and religion and all that stupid shit. Let people believe what they want to believe and live their lives without harming each other. Let us do what matches what's with us, and let other people do what matches what's for them. And it doesn't have to be like war about it. Okay, pardon my scratchy voice. I just woke up. I usually record on my phone, but my phone is dead because I didn't charge it last night. I kind of just got in the bed and was out cold. And a song came to me, and that's what woke me up. And it speaks to the message of Sharon Let's Live. I don't talk about it much. But Sharon Let's Live is a concept that came to me in a very, one of those spiritual awakening moments that I've heard many religious, and not just religious, but many spiritual leaders have shared this story of this moment that changed everything. And I always was like, when do I get to have my moment? And I guess maybe this was kind of my moment. My life didn't change immediately in their story, so I'm like, that ain't the moment. It's got to be another one. So I've been waiting on my moment, but maybe this was my moment. I was I was a newlywed, sort of, for my fake marriage, and I thought it was real. But anyway, so I was a newlywed, and we were struggling, living with my parents. And one day I just feel led to get up, grab a notebook and a pen, and go sit in the living room by myself and have this moment, just this moment of solitude. And then I was urged to write. So I didn't really have words to write, but I just felt like I was supposed to. So I grabbed my pen, grabbed the notebook, and I just started writing. And words just started flowing. And those words, I came to call them the vision. It was like God gave me the vision for my life. Like clear words, as if like a human being was sitting next to me speaking, but it was just coming from within me. And that's where Share and Let's Live came from. I was given that I was given that name in this moment, and in that vision, or in that moment of awakening, I was told basically that we're here for each other, and that if we will just share our gifts and our like secret passions and all of these things that we, as a society are told we're supposed to like suppress, and that's just, like you do that for your hobby and all that kind of stuff. But you're supposed to like work for somebody else. Like, and maybe I think that working, I don't believe that everybody's meant to be a business owner, because if everybody owns a business, who are the employees? I think that some people are meant to support, meant to support someone else's vision. I personally am not one of those people. I mean, I support people's visions in other ways, but I'm not meant to be an employee. And, and basically, so ADHD be like, that we are to share our gifts, and then we all get to live, because we're meant to do more than we've been allowing ourselves to do. And the concept of it's Share and Let's Live, and I think the tagline is, what's your passion? I'll have to look back at it because it came to me in 2011. And basically the concept is that we all have gifts, and there are people who really don't believe that, but part of that is because at some point in your life, either someone told you you don't get to do that, or that is stupid, or you can't make money doing that, or where's your future in that, like, or you saw that, you experienced that through television, through seeing somebody else who wanted to do something similar, being told, no, you don't get to do that. Artists are always broke, the whole starving artist thing. I actually have a blog post and possibly a podcast about that. So I should try to remember to boost that so that you'll be able to see it. Maybe I'll put it as the featured podcast. But this will probably be the featured podcast. But yeah, I'll see. I'll try to remember to post it, repost it. But it's this belief that we're not supposed to do the things that are calling us, and a lot of people are experiencing depression. And I actually heard Jim Carrey say that, and it just like really stuck with me, and it resonated with me. That a lot of people are depressed because they're not self-expressed. They aren't being able to do the thing that feels right for them, for whatever reason, whether it's feeling, that they're not allowed to do that, feeling that they don't get to do that, feeling that other people get to do it but not them, feeling that I can't afford to do that, I don't have time to do that. But ultimately it's still in them, it's still calling. And that's my thing, and I've been saying it for years before I had a blog or a podcast, that if that thing is still nagging at you, if it's still in you, it's meant to be birthed from you. It doesn't necessarily mean that becomes your new job or your side hustle. Maybe it's just a hobby. Maybe it's just something you do so that you can feel at peace. Like yesterday, I was feeling however I was feeling. I actually was feeling good. But I think it was the day before. Yeah, the day before I was not. I was just feeling kind of overwhelmed. And and I grabbed some fabric and a zipper, and like got on my sewing machine and started making something. Ended up making my daughter a wallet because I need to do art. I need to create. And even though I create these things, which is beautiful and fun and all that, I need to like create like stuff that's like in my mind as a vision, like artwork. I need to paint, I need to sew, I need to, like, those things call me, and songs call me. And the reason I started recording, and I hope that this recording is decent, because I don't usually use my podcasting mic because it picks up the echo of my space. I like to have a lot of space, so I push all of my furniture and everything to the walls, so it can create a sound of like I'm in an empty room and that I'm like far away, and that's why I don't really use the podcasting mic, because I don't have like a booth or whatever. But hopefully it's okay. You got through the tin can sound of last week, or earlier this week actually. But anyway, so a song came to me in my dream, and that is one of the gifts, like one of my most natural gifts, is that I receive music in my sleep. And that's actually how the podcast started, is that I would receive these songs and never do anything with them, never share them, never flesh them out. And I'm realizing that I'm still kind of not fleshing things out like I used to, like I need to or whatever. But I will give myself grace. I did do one recently, and I actually shared it on the podcast. And here we go again, sharing the song that came to me in my sleep. So I had this like really cool dream that I won't describe because it might be weird for the people who were in it. Why I'm dreaming about them, I have no idea. But it was a male and a female singing this song. I think Jamie Foxx was in the video too. But anyway, so the song is, so when I woke up, the song was still playing on my mind. I knew I needed to record it. Rolled over, realized my phone was dead, which is what I usually record into. So, which is why I grabbed the mic. But anyway, the song is, as the song was playing in my mind, I'm like, oh, those lyrics don't make sense. Sometimes dreams are weird, and like people are like walking ice cream cones and stuff like that. So like in the dream, the lyrics were dumb. But when I woke up, I kind of changed the lyrics. But the music is what, was the main thing that I received or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to sing it in the lowest octave. I'm going to sing, because it's like in unison, the male and female. So he's like the low octave, she's the higher octave, and I got to build myself up to doing her part. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So, so the song goes, all people make this life go round. Wait. All people make this life go round. Do-do-do. Something else, something found. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Make this life go round. We make this life go round. I think it's you make this life go round, something like that. But anyway, make this life go round. Make this life go round. And then, so the female, Lord help me, the female's part, that really just pinched my nose, like you couldn't hear me do that. Okay, so it's, oh, yeah, there we go. All people make this life go round. Da-da-da. Something found. Da-da-da. 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 Okay, so I don't really like singing high notes, especially under these circumstances where, but that was the whole reason for the May challenge that started this whole daily podcast. which you can check out, even though it makes me cringe a bit. But there are some good songs in there. And then there were other days where I was like, I'm supposed to record some songwriting, and some songwriting shall be recorded. So, but yeah, so the I May Challenge is what started this daily podcast, where every single day I challenged myself to create some form of music and share it. You know, it's the same concept, share and let's live. Like, I needed to share what I've got. Yeah, and that's what I did for a whole month of May. I was like, we putting music out this month, you know. And that's what I did, and I'm really proud of myself. I'm pausing because I'm trying not to say because I know I say them way too much. See. So yeah, maybe that'll be my challenge next month. See, there we go again. Now I forgot what I was talking about. So I'm just gonna ignore the fact that I say so that I can actually remember my thoughts. Wow. So we put in a big one. Yeah, I don't remember. So I'm just gonna end this with yeah, we all have our gifts, we all have our stuff, and if we will just allow ourselves to create the thing that we're meant to create. Like, everybody isn't going to be a painter. Everybody isn't going to be a singer. Everybody's not going to be a songwriter. Everybody isn't a dancer. But we all have these gifts, and it's usually a thing that keeps calling you. And as much as I want to qualify it and say like I believe that everybody has everyone has these passions and interests and skills, like, naturally, that might need to be cultivated. Like, maybe you always have this urge to like play the piano, and then you get on the piano and it's like sounds like trash. There's a book called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, and in that book he says that when you have that experience, it means that the rudiments of that skill of that are in you, and it's for you to cultivate that talent, because it's source, you know, like God or whatever, you know, form you believe in. It's that life force within you's desire to express in that way through you, and that's why it keeps nagging you, because it's in you to do it, but you might have to apply skills, like you might have to get training to maximize your potential, but the potential is in you, and that's why it's constantly calling you. And when I heard that in the book, it completely aligns with my belief that we all have our stuff. We all have gifts, and our gifts are, there are a multitude of gifts. You might be a person who like is the bomb at fellatio and wants to teach it to the world. I know. Just accept me. I that's part of my journey on this podcast. Is just to be honest, because I do plan to teach that class. You could be a eggplant God is coming soon. You could be a person who is amazing at fly fishing. You could be a person who is phenomenal at organization. You could be a person who can, make a delicious cake. You could be a person who can tell what ingredients are in a cake. You could be a person who's amazing at cards. You might be really intuitive and be the person who always calls people at the right time to check on them. You could be amazing at doing hair. You could be a person who just loves to cook passionately for other people. Like it's a passion for you to make people feel better through cooking for them, and not even restaurant level, just, I know they're not feeling well, so I'm going to make them some soup, like that could be your passion, is like reaching people and touching people and supporting people in that way. And the thing is that we are in a space where only certain things are celebrated, and only certain things are considered like gifts and talents and all that kind of stuff. But your talent or your gift might be to be the person who checks on people, and you do it in a way that really touches lives. And Share and Let's Live is basically like to not hold that stuff in. If you're like sitting back and you feel like this call, like I really should check on them, I really should reach out to them, you know, like a lot of times we won't do it because like our minds start to tell, like give us a picture of how it could go wrong. And I've come to a place where now when I get that urge, and you might be a person who I've reached out to, so you know I'm telling the truth. When I get the urge, I just go ahead and do it. I don't care. I don't allow myself to care if it goes wrong, because most of the time it has gone right. Most of the time it has been oh my God, how did you know? Oh my God, this is right on time. This is going on. This is going on. And I've experienced this for years. And at this point, I just go ahead and reach out. I just go ahead and say whatever needs to be said. I go ahead and send that message. And and ultimately, that's the whole point behind Share and Let's Live. And I would pull up the vision and read it to you, but I don't know if I can access that right now because of some computer glitch. But yeah. So anyway, I hope that you got the message of today. And oh my God. Oh yeah, I did sing the song. See, ADHD. I was like, dang, I did this whole podcast and didn't even sing the song. Yeah, and then I forgot. And that's the fun of ADHD. Anyway, this is Marlene Dillon Empowerment Specialist, and you're listening to Share and Let's Live. This is the Let's Focus Challenge, where I am sharing a daily podcast where I'm talking about focusing on what we do want rather than on what we don't want. And that's one of the many ways that we begin to change our lives in the direction that we desire. So this is my journey that I'm sharing, hoping that you'll join me. So have an amazing, whatever time of day it is for you. Thank you for tuning in. Blessings. To learn more about me, Marlene Dillon Empowerment Specialist, please visit mdillondesigns.com. There you can find more podcast episodes, you can read my inspirational blog, you can check out my online store of personalized gifts featuring the characters from my empowering children's book, I'm Proud to Be Natural Me. You can find parenting resources, including my online communication course, Healing Our Families, Healing the Parent-Child Relationship. Please follow and share if you found this podcast inspiring. Thank you and have an amazing day.